The massive alien command ship floated silently in the darkness beyond Pluto's orbit. Admiral Brooks stood in front of the United Nations Security Council, his weathered face illuminated by the holographic display showing the first confirmed images of the alien vessels. "Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing is real. They're here." His voice echoed through the chamber. "Our deep space monitoring stations detected them 3 days ago." The alien fleet consists of approximately 300 vessels of varying sizes. The room erupted in whispers and murmurs. Representatives from various nations exchanged worried glances, but nobody showed signs of panic. They had prepared for this possibility for decades. Meanwhile, aboard the alien command vessel, High Commander Rex studied the holographic representation of Earth with his 4 eyes. His scaled skin reflected the soft blue light of the display as he addressed his war council. This primitive world still uses combustion engines and basic projectile weapons, Rex declared, his translator converting his clicks and whistles into the standard galactic language. Their most advanced weapons are crude nuclear devices. They haven't even established a proper colony on their own moon. The War Council nodded in agreement. They had conquered 17 other civilizations in the past century alone, and Earth seemed even less advanced than most. Their standard invasion protocol had worked flawlessly every time. Their communication channels are filled with entertainment broadcasts, one of Rex's advisors reported. They spend their time creating fictional stories about space travel and alien contact. Quite imaginative for primitives, but it shows their technological immaturity. Rex allowed himself a small gesture of amusement. They make stories about space. Let them see what real space warfare looks like. Begin the standard invasion sequence. Back on Earth, in the Pentagon's underground command center, General Thompson reviewed the latest intelligence reports. The alien fleet's movement patterns matched exactly what their simulation teams had predicted years ago. The general smiled slightly as he remembered how everyone had laughed when he'd insisted on creating an alien invasion response division 15 years earlier. "Sir," his aide interrupted his thoughts, "we're receiving reports from all member nations. The Planetary Defense Protocol is being implemented worldwide. All military units are moving to their designated positions." Thompson nodded. "What about Project Mirror?" "Ready and waiting, sir. All installations are operational and fully charged." The general turned to the global command screen, watching as green lights appeared across the map, indicating readiness reports from military bases worldwide. They had spent decades preparing in secret, building defenses that looked primitive from the outside, but contained technology that would surprise their unwanted visitors. In orbit, the International Space Station's crew watched as their new sensor equipment tracked the approaching alien fleet. Commander Williams typed her observations into the secure terminal. Enemy fleet maintaining standard formation. No signs they'd detected our stealth satellites or defense platforms. They're following the exact approach vector we anticipated. The alien fleet crossed Neptune's orbit, their massive engines pushing them faster than any human-made spacecraft. High Commander Rex reviewed the preliminary scans of Earth's defenses. "Pathetic," he announced to his bridge crew. "Their orbital satellites are primitive monitoring devices. Their space station is barely more than a tin can. This will be our easiest conquest yet." If only Rex had known about the quantum sensors hidden inside those primitive satellites, or the antimatter storage facilities disguised as regular space debris. If only he had realized that humans had spent the last century imagining every possible way aliens might attack and developing countermeasures for each scenario. As the alien fleet approached Mars, Admiral Brooks addressed the Security Council again. "The invasion force will be within our outer defense perimeter in approximately 72 hours. All nations report combat readiness. Our surface-to-space weapons are armed and tracking. The orbital defense grid is powered up but still in stealth mode." He paused, looking at each council member in turn. "Make no mistake, this will be the greatest challenge humanity has ever faced. But we are not the primitive species they think we are. We've been preparing for this day since we first looked up at the stars and wondered if we were alone. The alien fleet pressed forward, unaware they were heading straight into humanity's carefully laid trap. They had no idea that their easy conquest was about to become the greatest military disaster in their species' history. The alien fleet crossed Mars' orbit with overwhelming confidence. High Commander Rex watched as the red planet grew smaller behind them, his bridge crew working efficiently at their stations. Their scanners showed Earth's pathetic defense systems, a collection of primitive satellites, and what appeared to be basic missile platforms. "Launch the advanced scout ships," Rex ordered. "Let's give these humans their first glimpse of real space technology." 10 sleek vessels detached from the main fleet, their stealth systems making them nearly invisible to conventional radar. The scouts accelerated toward Earth, expecting to easily slip past the planet's defenses. In the hidden bunker beneath Mount Cheyenne, Technical Officer Tom Wilson monitored his quantum detection array. His system was disguised as a weather satellite network, but it could track even the most advanced cloaking technology. "Sir, scout ships detected," he reported to General Thompson. "They're using exactly the kind of stealth tech we predicted. Our quantum sensors are tracking them perfectly." Thompson nodded, watching the holographic display showing the scout ships' positions. "Are the automated defense platforms in position?" "Yes, sir. All platforms show green. They still appear as space debris to the alien scanners." The scout ships moved closer, their commanders feeling secure in their supposed invisibility. None of them noticed the small debris-like objects shifting position ever so slightly. Aboard the alien command ship, Rex received the first reports from his scouts. No signs of advanced defense systems. Their orbital infrastructure is basic. We detect multiple military installations on the surface, but their technology level appears consistent with our initial assessment. Rex's second-in-command, Officer Drax, pointed at a cluster of readings on their main display. "There is something odd about their satellite network. The power signatures don't quite match what we'd expect from primitive communication devices. Probably inefficient design." Rex dismissed the concern. "These humans waste energy in all their technology. Prepare the main fleet for approach. We'll begin with a standard show of force." The massive alien armada began moving toward Earth in an attack formation that had conquered countless worlds. Their ships formed a crescent pattern, weapons charged and shields at maximum power. In the UN Security Council chamber, Admiral Brooks activated a secure holographic projection. "The enemy fleet is advancing exactly as we anticipated. All nations report ready for Phase 1 of the defense plan." The council members watched as the alien fleet approached. Years of preparation were about to be tested. Hidden factories around the world had been manufacturing special weapons designed specifically for this moment. "What about civilian populations?" one council member asked. "Already in motion," Brooks replied. "The meteor shower warning story is working perfectly. People are staying indoors as advised, giving our military forces clear operational zones." In orbit, Commander Williams and her ISS crew completed their final system checks. Their research station was actually a command and control center for Earth's orbital defense grid. "All defense platforms report ready," Williams radioed to Earth. "Quantum disruptors are charged and targeting systems are locked. The aliens still haven't detected our true capabilities." The alien fleet crossed the lunar orbit, their sensors still showing nothing but primitive human technology. High Commander Rex stood proudly on his bridge, preparing to address his fleet. "Begin the intimidation protocol," he ordered. "Fire warning shots at their major cities. Show them what real power looks like." The alien ships charged their main weapons, the energy buildup visible as a bright purple glow. They had no way of knowing that every energy spike was being precisely measured by Earth's hidden sensors. In his command center, General Thompson watched the energy readings and smiled grimly. "They're charging weapons, just like we planned." He pressed a button on his console. "All units, execute Phase 1. Let's show our visitors why you should never underestimate humanity." Around the Earth, Hundreds of seemingly harmless satellites and pieces of space debris suddenly came to life. The trap was about to be sprung, and the alien fleet had no idea they were about to face technology far beyond what they believed humans capable of developing. The battle for Earth was about to begin, and humanity was ready. The alien fleet's first volley of warning shots never reached Earth's atmosphere. Instead, the purple energy beams seemed to dissolve into nothing halfway to their targets. On the alien command ship's bridge, High Commander Rex stared in disbelief at his tactical display. "Impossible," he shouted, his scales darkening with rage. "Run a full diagnostic on all weapon systems." Before his crew could comply, Earth's first counterstrike began. The seemingly harmless debris field around Earth suddenly transformed. Hundreds of small objects revealed themselves as advanced weapon platforms, their surfaces shifting like liquid metal. General Thompson's voice came through on all human military channels. "Execute Operation Trojan Horse. Show them what humanity has been hiding." The alien fleet's sensors suddenly detected an enormous power surge from Earth. Buildings that had appeared to be simple factories split open, revealing massive energy weapons. Military bases that had seemed primitive now bristled with technology that matched or exceeded the alien fleet's capabilities. "Sir," Officer Drax called out in panic, "the humans. They've been deceiving us. Those aren't primitive defense systems. They're beyond anything we've ever encountered." Rex watched in horror as his tactical display updated. The humans had somehow developed quantum entanglement weapons, gravity manipulation devices, and energy shields that made his fleet's defenses look obsolete. In the Pentagon's command center, Technical Officer Wilson accessed the central control system for Earth's defense grid. "Activating quantum disruption field now, sir. Targeting their main weapon systems." The alien fleet's energy weapons began failing one by one. Their supposedly impenetrable shields flickered and died as Earth's hidden technology revealed its true power. "How?" Rex demanded, slamming his fist on his command console. "How did they develop this technology without us detecting it?" The answer came in the form of a transmission from Earth, broadcast on all frequencies. Admiral Brooks' voice was calm and clear. "For over a century, we humans have imagined every possible way aliens might attack us. We've written stories, made movies, and created countless scenarios. While you watched our primitive broadcasts and laughed, we were preparing." In orbit, Commander Williams directed the ISS's true weapon systems. The space station's outer shell peeled away, revealing a state-of-the-art battle station. "All orbital platforms, commence firing pattern Alpha. Let's show them why you don't judge a species by their public technology." The alien fleet's formation began to break as Earth's defense systems targeted ship after ship. Their advanced sensors, previously showing nothing but primitive technology, now detected weapon signatures that shouldn't have been possible for such a young civilization. "They used our own arrogance against us," Officer Drax realized, watching another alien vessel lose power to Earth's quantum disruptors. "They knew we would scan them. They knew we would see what we expected to see." In the UN Security Council chamber, the representatives watched as humanity's true technological capabilities were finally revealed to the galaxy. Hidden factories beneath the oceans, secret bases inside mountains, and orbital platforms disguised as junk. All of it now activated and functioning at full power. "Send the secondary message," Admiral Brooks commanded. All alien ships received the transmission. For decades, we deliberately maintained a facade of primitive technology. We knew that somewhere out there, someone might be watching. Someone might be judging us, deciding whether we would be easy prey. You fell for our deception completely. High Commander Rex's mighty invasion fleet was now in chaos. Their sophisticated targeting systems couldn't lock onto Earth's weapons. Their shields couldn't stop attacks they'd never seen before. Their mighty warships were being systematically disabled by technology they hadn't known existed. "Full retreat," Rex ordered, but it was too late. Earth's defensive grid had already surrounded the alien fleet, cutting off their escape routes. General Thompson looked at his display showing the trapped alien armée. Phase 3 is complete, he announced to his staff. Humanity's greatest deception has succeeded. Now let's show these invaders exactly what happens when you underestimate the human race. The real battle was about to begin, and humanity held all the advantages. The alien fleet hung motionless in Earth's orbit, caught in a trap of their own making. High Commander Rex watched helplessly as more of his ships lost power to the humans' quantum disruption weapons. His mighty invasion force, which had conquered 17 civilizations, was being systematically dismantled by what they had thought was primitive prey. Launch all fighter squadrons, Rex ordered desperately. They can't have defense systems everywhere. Thousands of small alien fighter craft poured from the carrier ships, their pilots confident that their superior maneuverability would give them an advantage. That confidence lasted exactly 30 seconds. In the skies above Earth, General Thompson activated humanity's next surprise. Released the drone swarms. What appeared to be clouds suddenly transformed into millions of tiny combat drones, each one no bigger than a bee. The alien fighters found themselves surrounded by artificial storms that tore through their shields as if they didn't exist. Impossible. An alien squadron leader transmitted before his ship disappeared in a flash of light. Their artificial intelligence, it's more advanced than ours. From her command station on the transformed ISS, Commander Williams directed the orbital battle with cold efficiency. Targeting solutions uploaded to all drone swarms. Begin systematic elimination of enemy fighter craft. The space around Earth lit up with thousands of explosions as the alien fighters were overwhelmed. The drone swarms moved like living things, adapting instantly to every evasive maneuver, predicting every strategy. "Sir," Officer Drax reported to Rex, his voice shaking, "we've lost 60% of our fighter force. Their drone technology. It's unlike anything in our records." In the Pentagon's command center, Technical Officer Wilson monitored the quantum battlefield displays. "The enemy fleet is trying to regroup, sir. They're adjusting their shields to a rotating frequency." General Thompson smiled grimly. "Just as we expected. Activate the Phase 2 countermeasures." Hidden platforms around Earth began broadcasting signals that turned the aliens' own shield harmonics against them. Ships that thought they were protected suddenly found their defensive systems creating destructive resonance patterns. "This is High Commander Rex to all ships," the alien leader broadcast, his voice filled with growing panic. "Fall back to secondary positions. Regroup and—" His transmission cut off as his flagship's communications array overloaded. Earth's quantum disruption field had adapted again, finding new ways to bypass the alien defenses. Admiral Brooks addressed the UN Security Council, his voice steady. "Phase 4 is proceeding as planned. The enemy fleet is now combat ineffective. Their remaining fighters are being contained by our drone swarms." On the main display, the Council members watched as humanity's carefully planned trap continued to close. The alien ships that still had power were trying to retreat, but Earth's defensive grid had them surrounded on all sides. "They're attempting to power up their emergency jump drives," Wilson reported from his station. "Activating gravity anchors now." Massive hidden generators on Earth's surface and throughout the orbital defense grid came to life, creating a web of artificial gravity fields that made faster-than-light travel impossible within Earth's orbit. In his crippled flagship, Rex watched his mighty fleet falling apart around him. "How?" he demanded of no one in particular. "How did they hide all this from us?" The answer came in another transmission from Earth, this time from General Thompson himself. "We learned long ago that the best way to win a war is to make your enemy underestimate you. Every primitive satellite you saw was a cover for advanced technology. Every crude weapon was a disguise for something far more powerful." Commander Williams directed another wave of drone swarms toward the remaining alien fighters. "All orbital platforms, commence final containment procedures. Let's wrap this up." The alien fleet's formation had completely collapsed. Ships that still had power were trying desperately to break free of Earth's gravity anchors, while those without power drifted helplessly in space. "Sir," Wilson reported to General Thompson, "enemy combat effectiveness is now below 10%. We have achieved total tactical superiority." The battle for Earth was ending almost as quickly as it had begun, but humanity's demonstration of power was far from over. They had more surprises waiting for any alien force foolish enough to test their defenses again. High Commander Rex stood in his darkened flagship bridge, emergency power barely keeping life support systems running. Through the viewing screens, he watched the remnants of his once mighty fleet drifting helplessly in Earth's orbit. The humans' quantum disruption field had disabled nearly all of their primary systems. "Status report," he demanded, though he already knew the answer. Officer Drax consulted his backup terminal. 243 ships completely disabled, 78 with minimal power. The rest. He paused. The rest are either destroyed or captured by human forces. On Earth, General Thompson reviewed the battlefield hologram with satisfaction. The alien fleet that had arrived with such confidence was now scattered and powerless, caught in humanity's carefully laid trap. "Begin Phase 5, he ordered. "Show them our boarding technology." From Earth's surface, hundreds of sleek vessels rose into the sky. They looked nothing like the crude rockets the aliens had observed earlier. These were advanced boarding craft, equipped with phase-shifting technology that could cut through any known material. "This is impossible," Rex muttered as he watched the human ships approach. "Their technology. It's generations ahead of what we detected." Commander Williams directed the operation from the transformed ISS. "All boarding teams in position. Commence synchronized breach operations." The human vessels approached the disabled alien ships, their hulls shifting like liquid metal. When they touched the alien vessels, they simply phased through the supposedly impenetrable hull material like it wasn't there. Inside the alien ships, heavily armored human troops emerged from the boarding vessels. Their powered combat suits made them look more like walking tanks than soldiers. Each suit contained technology that could adapt to any alien countermeasure. "They're inside the ships," Drax shouted, watching the security feeds. "Their armor, it's resisting all our internal defenses." In the Pentagon Command Center, Technical Officer Wilson monitored the boarding operations, all teams reporting successful breaches. The alien crews are surrendering in mass numbers. The human forces moved through the alien vessels with practiced efficiency. They had trained for this scenario for years, using simulations based on every possible alien ship design their scientists could imagine. Admiral Brooks addressed the Security Council. "The boarding operation is proceeding faster than expected. The alien crews appear to be in shock at our level of technology." On Rex's flagship, the bridge doors suddenly phased open. A squad of human troops entered, their advanced armor making them look like giants. Their leader stepped forward, helmet retracting to reveal a grim smile. "High Commander Rex," the human squad leader announced, "your fleet is defeated. Surrender now." Rex looked at his fallen empire's ships through the viewing screen, then at the advanced human technology surrounding him. "How?" he asked simply. "How did you hide all this from us?" The squad leader chuckled. "We didn't hide it. We showed you exactly what you expected to see. Your own arrogance did the rest." Throughout the alien fleet, similar scenes played out as human forces took control of ship after ship. The advanced boarding technology made the aliens' internal defenses useless. In the UN Security Council chamber, the representatives watched as humanity's forces secured their victory. What had started as an alien invasion had turned into humanity's coming-out party to the galaxy. "Send the final message," General Thompson ordered. All remaining alien ships received the transmission. "Your fleet is now under Earth's control. Your technology has been analyzed and found wanting. Let this be a lesson to any other civilizations watching. Humanity is not prey. We are not primitive. We are not weak." Rex, now a prisoner on his own bridge, watched as human technicians easily bypassed his ship's most sophisticated security systems. They weren't just winning. They were demonstrating technological superiority in every possible way. "The galaxy," Officer Drax whispered, "will never be the same after this." He was right. The human victory wasn't just complete, it was revolutionary. Earth had just announced its presence as a major galactic power, and they had done it by turning an invasion into a demonstration of their hidden strength. The age of human expansion into the stars was about to begin. High Commander Rex sat in the makeshift holding cell aboard his own flagship, watching as human engineers casually dismantled his ship's most advanced systems. Through the force field barrier, he could see Officer Drax in an adjacent cell, still in shock from their total defeat. "The Coalition will send reinforcements," Rex muttered, trying to convince himself. "They won't let this defeat stand." As if answering his thoughts, alarms suddenly blared throughout the ship. A human technician rushed to the bridge, where General Thompson had established a temporary command post. "Sir, long-range sensors detect multiple ships dropping out of faster-than-light travel. It's another alien fleet." Thompson remained calm, a slight smile playing on his face. "Right on schedule. They're exactly as predictable as we thought. Initiate Operation Solar Storm." In orbit around the Sun, hidden stations that had appeared to be simple solar observation platforms suddenly activated. Massive arrays of technology far beyond anything the aliens had imagined possible emerged from their disguised shells. Commander Williams' voice came through on all channels. "Solar Station Array activated. Preparing to demonstrate humanity's true power." The newly arrived alien fleet, nearly twice the size of Rex's invasion force, moved into attack formation. Their commander, Supreme General Vax, transmitted a message to Earth. "Release our ships and surrender immediately. This is your only warning." Admiral Brooks stood in the UN chamber, watching the tactical display. "Should we show them what a real warning looks like?" General Thompson nodded. "Activate the Sun Forge." The hidden stations around the Sun began their work. They created a controlled solar flare, directing it with precision that made the alien commander's jaws drop in disbelief. The massive stream of plasma curved through space, carefully avoiding Earth's forces while cutting off all possible escape routes for the new alien fleet. "Impossible," Supreme General Vax shouted. "They can control solar plasma." In his cell, Rex watched the display with growing horror. "We didn't just attack a primitive species," he realized. "We attacked a civilization that has learned to harness the power of stars." The human forces moved with practiced precision. The drone swarms that had decimated the first fleet emerged again, now glowing with solar energy absorbed from the controlled flare. Earth's defensive grid expanded, revealing even more hidden weapons and technologies. "All enemy ships are now contained within the solar plasma barrier," Technical Officer Wilson reported. "Their engines are overheating from attempting to breach it." The new alien fleet found themselves trapped between Earth's forces and a wall of precisely controlled solar plasma. Their supposedly superior technology meant nothing against a civilization that could direct the power of a star. "This is your final chance," General Thompson transmitted to the alien fleet. "Your shields cannot withstand solar plasma. Your weapons are useless against our defenses. Surrender now." Supreme General Vax watched as his ship's shields began failing under the intense heat of the solar plasma barrier. His mighty rescue fleet was trapped just as easily as the invasion force had been. They were never primitive, Vax realized. They were testing us, waiting to see what we would do. In the Pentagon Command Center, Wilson monitored the enemy fleet's power readings. "Their shields are failing systematically, sir. They can't maintain their position much longer." Commander Williams directed the transformed ISS battle station into position. "All orbital platforms ready. The enemy fleet is completely surrounded." The alien reinforcements found themselves in an impossible position. Before them was a civilization wielding power they had thought impossible, controlling the very substance of stars. Behind them, a barrier of solar plasma made retreat impossible. "This is Supreme General Vax to all ships," the alien commander finally transmitted. "Power down weapons. Deactivate shields. Surrender to Earth forces." In his cell, Rex watched as the second alien fleet was systematically captured, just as his had been. Humanity hadn't just defeated them. They had demonstrated a level of technological advancement that would change the balance of power throughout the galaxy. The war was effectively over. Humanity's position as a major galactic power was about to be cemented, and it had all started because an alien fleet had made one fatal mistake. They had judged humanity by appearances alone. 1 month after the failed invasion, Earth's transformed International Space Station hosted an unprecedented gathering. Representatives from the alien coalition sat across from human leaders, their expressions still showing disbelief at how completely they had misjudged humanity. High Commander Rex, now a prisoner of war, stood before the gathered assembly. "On behalf of the Coalition of Advanced Species, I formally acknowledge humanity's victory and technological superiority." General Thompson sat at the center of the human delegation, the same calm smile on his face that he had worn throughout the entire conflict. "We accept your surrender, and we have terms." The massive viewing screen behind them showed the captured alien fleets, now being studied by human engineers who had already begun improving upon the alien technology. The solar plasma containment system still glowed around Earth's orbit, a constant reminder of humanity's true capabilities. "How long?" Supreme General Vax asked, his voice heavy with resignation. "How long have you possessed this level of technology?" Admiral Brooks answered, "We began serious development after we detected your first scout ships 50 years ago. We knew someone was watching, so we showed them what they wanted to see, a primitive species barely reaching for the stars." In orbit, Commander Williams supervised the integration of alien technology with Earth's defense systems. The captured ships were being retrofitted with human improvements, their systems enhanced beyond what their original designers had thought possible. "The terms are simple," General Thompson continued. "Earth will join the galactic community, not as a conquered world, but as a leading power. Our technology and knowledge will be shared, under our supervision." Technical Officer Wilson displayed data showing how human engineers had already enhanced the alien ship's efficiency by 40%. The alien representatives shifted uncomfortably in their seats as they realized just how advanced humanity truly was. Furthermore, Admiral Brooks added, "Earth will establish an academy to share our unique approach to technological development. We've learned that imagination, coupled with careful planning, can lead to innovations your scientists never considered." The alien coalition members watched as human engineers demonstrated improvements to their fastest drives, strongest shields, and most powerful weapons. In just 1 month, humanity had taken their technology and advanced it beyond their comprehension. "Your civilization's greatest mistake," General Thompson explained, "wasn't attacking Earth. It was assuming that primitive-looking technology meant primitive thinking. We've spent centuries imagining possible futures, preparing for countless scenarios. When you arrived, we were ready." Commander Williams' voice came through the station speakers. "The first wave of improved ships is ready for testing, sir. The alien drive systems have been successfully integrated with our quantum technology." The viewing screen showed the first of Earth's new hybrid vessels, combining the best of human innovation with enhanced alien technology. It was a ship class unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. "We offer peace," General Thompson continued, "and partnership. Humanity is ready to join the galactic community, but we will do so as equals or superiors." Rex watched as his former flagship, now upgraded with human technology, demonstrated maneuvers that should have been impossible. "We accept your terms," he said quietly. "The Coalition acknowledges Earth as a major galactic power." The treaty was signed there, aboard the station that had pretended to be primitive for so long. Earth would share its technology, but maintain control of its most advanced systems. The galaxy would never again mistake human ingenuity for primitive development. Let this be remembered. Admiral Brooks announced as the ceremony concluded, as the day humanity revealed its true nature to the stars. "We come in peace, but we come in strength." As the alien representatives departed, General Thompson stood at the station's main viewport, watching Earth below. Humanity's age of pretending to be primitive was over. Now they would show the galaxy what human innovation truly meant. "Send the message to all Earth forces," he ordered. "Operation Revelation is complete. Humanity's next chapter begins today." The stars beckoned, and this time, humanity would reach for them not in hiding, but in their full technological glory. The galaxy would never be the same, all because an alien fleet had made one simple, fatal mistake. They had underestimated the human race.